Hi, this is Dale Janota with School Board Support Services. I've been on this world for over 70 years and I still have a really need to feel productive. So I'm going to do a teacher salary and benefit analysis for you. I'm going to show you, I'm going to use three counties together, Yuba, Yolo, and Nevada County, to show you some good facts about teacher salaries. Teacher salaries are very misleading. I should say teacher compensation is very misleading. When I do a salary study, I not take a look at just salary, but I look at key points. I look at the overall earning power. We're going to be looking at benefits. We're going to look at benefits and salary together. Then I'm going to do an analysis, based on teacher salary and benefits, do an analysis based on per diem, and then also student teacher ratio. You get some different numbers depending on how you look at it. And I used to bargain professionally, and I always wanted to make sure that I could look at everything. So let's see, I'm looking at 2019-20 data. In this group, I have just about everybody's 2019-20 except for Union Hill. So then I'm using their previous year's data because there's nothing in place as of this date. What I do is I define the value of your teacher salary schedule with one number over a 26-year period. I use 26 years in my study because that is the average number of years of service current retirees have that are drawing off a retirement system. I take a teacher at your BA 30 starting salary with the credential. I walk him through your salary plan for a 26-year period, defining the value of your structure with one number over 26 years. This is done with 917 schools throughout California in this study. You'll have access to 917 schools. So when I do that here, I'm going to look at this right here. I'm going to show you your numbers in a bit after I explain this. I'm going to just look at Grass Valley. Why? I have no clue. Anyway, the earning power there. This defines the value of the schedule with one number over 26 years. $1,914,000. Structurally, with these three counties I'm looking at, you were 26,000 above the three-county average, 1.4% above average, and your overall salary schedule based on the 26-year earning power ranked 8th. I like the overall impact here because it shows what the potential is for a teacher over a period of time and also what the impact is to the district. Now, keep in mind this is salary only, so I'm going to go down here so you can see your numbers. Okay, there we go. There's number one on salary. Now, keep in mind that's salary only. Okay, so you see kind of where you're at there. Okay, and then I do the same thing with the BA 30 starting salary. There's the average with the three counties. There's Grass Range. They're 1,500 above average, 3.1% above average, and they rank fifth. Looks like they're a fairly well paid district. Then I do the same thing with the BA 45 top. Now, I use the BA 45 because nationally, that tends to be as far as a teacher can go without a master's degree. Now, that's not true in California, but it's still a nice benchmark to use. And I use that because I do this not just in California, I work in a few states. So you can see there, and this could also be step 26. If you go on forever, I will stop at step 26 and footnote it accordingly. I mean, some schedules go to step 40. And I don't want to compare somebody's 40th year with somebody's 20th year because it just doesn't make sense to me. So you can see there, Grass Valley was 10,000 above, 11% above. They ranked third. Top salary on the schedule. Now, what I use there is the same thing, could be step 26. I include the master's stipend. I do not include the PhD. There you can see they're a little bit below average, 3.4%, and they rank 16th. So they put a lot of money up front. Okay, now I'm going to look at benefits. Benefits are huge because if you forget about the benefits, you don't get proper numbers. So you can see here, here is what the average of these three counties pays for single insurance. There's what they pay for family. Some have composite rates, some don't. Since they don't all have composite rates, I do another thing twice. I also have the number of days you have and your student teacher ratio. Now, when I go through student teacher ratio, you're going to see a lot of interesting things. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and see how they turned out when I combined salary and benefits together with family insurance as well as single. I'm going to do family first. I prefer to look at the family insurance because most people are married at some point in their life, even if it's only temporary. There you can see Grass Range's earning power with benefits, 54,000, below average, 2.6% below, and they ranked 11th with these school districts here. I'll page down so you can see your numbers. See, this one went down from 1st to 8th there. Nevada County Office, number 1, with salary and family benefits. Then I do the same thing with the base pay with family insurance. You can see they're below average, 2.7. They're ranked 12th with this group. Now, I just put this group in. You have the option to change whatever you want. Biggest number with the BA 45, or it could be step 26. If it is step 26, I always footnote it. And they're above average there, 7.5% above. They rank 3rd. Top salary on the schedule, with the masters and the benefits, they rank 17th. Okay, now that's salary and family. Then I do it with salary and single. Naturally, they're going to be a little bit higher here. They're going to be about pretty close to dead average. I'm not going to spend much time here because I think you're getting the idea of what I'm doing. And then I'm going to just keep going to the right, and then I do it on a per diem basis. Now, per diem used to be a big issue many years ago when you're dealing with furlough days. You can see the range is anywhere from 181 days to top is 188. So it can be significant. I mean, 7 extra days is quite a bit. So when I do it based on a per diem basis, you can see how they compare. Okay, they're a little bit lower now because they got a 188-day calendar. You have more days than most districts there. And then it's also done with salary and family insurance. Let me still give you the titles up there on a per diem basis. But the one that I really like to look at is student-teacher ratio because that tells you, answers a lot of questions. You know, when I say student-teacher ratio, I don't mean class size. I take the number of students divided by the number of teachers. So if you're looking at class size, it's not there. But when I do it based on student-teacher ratio, Grass Valley is a little bit different. They have a lower student-teacher ratio. So they rank 4th. They were 12% above this group average. When I do it, and this one's probably a little bit easier to understand, this number here would represent the yearly the salary per student for the year for a teacher that starts at a BA 30. Now I got another way of doing it here. I also do it on a per diem basis, and that's the one where it makes education look like a real bargain. So anyway, this is done with salary and single insurance, salary and family. I'll scroll down here so you can see these numbers and take a little look-see here. You know, you get different numbers here. Like if you look at some of them here, you know, you can be well paid, but when I do it based on student-teacher ratio, it looks a little different. A lot of times the well-paid districts, when I do it based on student-teacher ratio, they might be below average. Normally they are, not always. But that makes sense because you either give money or class size. So anyway, so then I'm going to keep going to the right here, and I want to do it on a per daily basis. That's over here now. I like this one because legislatively, I think this has a lot of potential. This $15.33. What that means? It means the average cost, salary cost per teacher, per student is $15.33 a day. You can see grass ranges is $17.43. Again, keep in mind this is just salary only. So then when I do the top, it's what, $30. Now, I think this makes education look like a real bargain. I mean, you know what childcare is, and you guys do a lot more than childcare, that's for sure. So legislators need to know this. Okay, and then I go to the right some more, and I do with salary and family insurance. So grass range, teacher at the BA 30 starting salary, they're going to make, it's going to cost $20.08 per student per day to educate the child for that teacher starting at the BA 30, and that includes the benefit package based on family insurance. Cool, isn't it? It's kind of neat. And they were fourth in the county, not the three-state county, three-county. That's nuts. So I just put three counties. Who's number one? Number one is Twin Ridges. That's a very small school. Okay, so then if I go down here, you can see where you're at. Everybody's at a good bargain there, aren't they? See, look at here, Esperado. They were number one on salary. And let's see what they were on salary here. They were 3.5%. They were sixth on student teacher ratio. And they were number one on salary before. Here they're one little bit below average. Okay, we go to the right. And then we're going to go back up here. We also do it based on salary and single insurance. So you see what we have here. It's kind of interesting. I think this is power. I love this. I've been doing this since 1984. That's when I started doing this study, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. And boy, I tell you, I get a lot of nice compliments. Okay, so going back to here again. Okay, all we ever have to do is to put in the schools that you want in your study. And I know that this is not the group that you want. You put in any schools that you want in here. Let's just see how you compare with the average with the state. There's the three-county average. There's Grass Range. You know where you're at there. Here's the average in the state. Every district is in there. If you wanted to put the whole state in, all you have to do is copy these and paste it to the other yellow section, and you have the whole state analysis done for you. Kind of neat. Now, I do charge for everything. The cost of everything is $595. That gives you this entire template where you can pick and choose any group that you want. It also includes updates because I'm using 2019-20 data. Nobody has that yet, but I do. And what that also includes then would be the updates between now and probably till November. There's still over 200 schools that are using previous year's data. And then I also sorted the codes for you another way. I have the codes sorted for you based on enrollment. So if you want to know how you compare with schools of your own size, you can just go and find your school, which is real easy to do. And then I have it done by district type and enrollment. Type meaning elementary or high school. Then I have it by cost per student, which kind of means the wealth of your district per student basis, and then also cost per student. So you have many ways of looking at it, or you can just put in the numbers manually in here. But I want to go show you one more thing here. I want to put union, I'm going to load in union salary schedule. Okay, so you load it in. They weren't settled yet. Okay, so we can make projections. Let's say they are offering 2%. And I don't remember what they were paying for benefits, so I'm going to look here. Let's see what they were paying for benefits. They were paying $636 a month. Let's say they're going to change that to what did I say? 775. 775. Okay, so now we're just checking out a proposal. Let's say you did this and now you want to see how the analysis turns out by adding 2% to the schedule and how the salary and benefit does when I change the benefits to 775. It gives you your numbers with the group that you choose, whatever group you choose, doesn't matter. And then over here, you'll see everything is done. I know I'm going rapidly, but I'm just more concerned about the concept here. And then I'm checking out a proposal. And you can go to the right and everything else will also be done for you. Like you said, like I showed you before, sometimes I'm using the 26 salary and I footnoted accordingly. So anyway, I think it's kind of a neat study. It helps you. People like what I do. And I'm cheap. I'm tired of 4-digit and 5-digit comp studies. I see those things. This is $5.95 for everything. Includes all the updates. And the one thing I always make sure I do is here's my firm name. Been doing this since 1984. Here's my name, email, website, phone number. I hate it when you go to a website or you go someplace and they won't give you the phone number. I kind of have some questions about that when they don't put a phone number on there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this performance, this presentation. I've been around for a while. I'm an advocate for education, and I hope to hear from you. And I thank you for listening, and I hope you appreciate the efforts. 595, just reply to the email. I send it out, and you get the updates as well. And thank you much.